crime free. In Jamaica, now we're Jamaican for economy. No more breed the last in remediation set.
So you know it's time for AgroBuzz, our weekly agricultural focus. It is for investment in the agriculture and fisheries sectors. Now, it's not last week. It's week before last week. We had Denby. I getting my time mixed up. It's last week, Derek. Is last week for true? Gosh. Boy, Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show was on. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, announced that farmers can look forward to opportunities for investment in the Southern Plains. Now, we want to find out more about these opportunities. So we pulled the CEO of Agro Investment Corporation, Mr. Vivian Scully, to come chat with us a little bit. Good morning, Mr. Scully. How you do?
Hey, Paula, I'm doing good this morning. Happy to be on your program.
Happy to have you, and particularly because you have all the details about the lease opportunities for agricultural development in the Southern Plains. All right, so can you tell us what these opportunities are?
Sure, happy to share that with you. So the Southern Plains Agriculture Development Project, as we call it, SPAD for short, is a significant initiative that we're driving. Now, this is going to transform, repurpose sugar land in what we expect to be a vibrant agricultural hub along this area. It spans across the parishes of Clarendon and St. Catherine. And this project is set to provide strong investment opportunities, both for small and medium-sized farmers. It's been funded by the UK Caribbean Infrastructure Development Fund and is being guided by the Caribbean Development Bank alongside Agro Invest, which, as you know, is an agency under the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mines. It spans about 795 hectares, or close to 1,900 acres of land.
I was just about to ask you. Right, across which parishes?
And Amity Hall, into Bridgepen.
Into which pen?
Bridgepen. So Bridgepen is next to Amity Hall in St. Catherine. And then the other area is Parnassus in Clarendon.
Okay. So with this kind of opportunity now available, how do you think the sector is going to respond?
Well, the introduction of SPAD, as we call it, is poised to have a significant transformative effect on both the agriculture and the fisheries sector, because we're looking at both planting crops, orchard crops, vegetables, as well as developing aquaculture in these areas. So by repurposing these sugarcane lands and making them accessible to a broad range of farmers, we anticipate some positive outcomes, which firstly, that it's going to enhance the agriculture chain, the value chain, providing new fertile lands with irrigation, because that's important, and also improve farm access by road. This in turn is going to lead to productivity, access to market, which should benefit both farmers and consumers in the area. We are pushing to boost the supply of orchard crops, mango, ackee, and breadfruit under the new Face of Food program, which you will be hearing more about, or have already begun hearing about. Also, vegetables, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, tomatoes, and I'm sure the farmers will come up with some other suitable crops in those areas.
That's a wide variety of crops. I like that. Is there going to be a focus on women farmers and on the youth as well? I know that the ministry has been trying to focus to get those particular target groups up and running.
Yes, definitely. Our target for those groups is to have 20% of our land set aside for youth and women. Right now we're tracking at about 22%. So a significant portion of these lands are going to be allocated specifically to youth and female farmers. So, for example, in the Amity Hall, Bridgepen area, we have 200 acres designated for this group. And in Parnassus, we have 150 acres allotted to youth, women, and persons with disabilities. So there's a deliberate approach to providing opportunities to foster, as we say, a more inclusive and diverse agricultural landscape.
Is there any space in there for fishers, if people want to do fish farms and so on?
Yes, Amity Hall, we're developing some aquaculture ponds in the Amity Hall area. And even within AgroInvest, we're looking at other opportunities for fishers.
Okay. So I like this Southern Plains project. The focus sounds good and it's extensive. We're going to wrap up, but I know that AgroInvest does a lot more work with other projects, not just this one. So as we close, are there any other projects that you want to mention a little about?
Well, this initiative is very important, but the impact is going to extend beyond the project itself. We are expecting significant market linkages and strengthening of the chain along the way for various stakeholders. For example, we aim to connect the exporters with the farmers. We have exporters at the ANC complex, and those are going to be connected to farmers on these plains. We have opportunities with amongst agro-processors as well as larger commercial farms. Additionally, we're looking at developing a matching grant scheme, which is further going to stimulate investment growth for the Africans along SPAD. So it's a pretty inclusive, broad investment opportunity that we're pushing here.
I think in another interview we have to get more about that matching investment project that you're talking about. But for today, you have certainly answered many questions. Thank you so much for chatting with us, sir.
Okay, Paula. Look forward to catching up next time.
All right. Vivian Scully is the CEO of AgroInvest. Did you know the Agro-Investment Corporation is the national agribusiness promotion and facilitation agency in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining? Its mandate is to package, promote and facilitate agribusiness investment opportunities in collaboration with stakeholders and investors. The corporation also is supposed to mobilize funding opportunities and provide partnerships with the private sector through the leveraging, I'm using their terms, leveraging of government-owned assets. So it is always a pleasure speaking with the folks from AgroInvest so we can share the opportunities and the progress. For more information on what's happening in the agriculture, fisheries and mining sectors, visit the ministry's website, moa.gov.jm. Follow them on Facebook at Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Check them out on Twitter and Instagram at MOAFJM. And listen again next Wednesday, 15 minutes to 9. AgroBuzz time.
This is your radio, Jamaica.
You know, I ain't had a bad mood upset alongside you.